Before anyone wonders, no, I am not dressed in a McDonald's costume. This is an actual McDonald's uniform. Summer, usually a time that the typical student would wait all year for. A time for relaxation, a break from tiring schoolwork. However, my summer was anything but relaxing. My parents sent me to work part-time at McDonald's, hoping I'd learn how a large company operates and how to work with other people. So I spent my July working behind the McDonald's cash register, occasionally dealing with pushy customers, and back in the kitchen, assembling burgers and restocking ketchup packets. It was beyond tiring. 8-hour shifts a day with 2 short breaks in between for 5 days a week. And to make matters worse, every single aspect of it was scary. The fryers, the fear of accidentally messing up an order, even the fear of dropping the ice cream when dipping it in the chocolate when making a cone dip. However, the part I was most afraid of was the employees. They weren't only complete strangers, they had totally opposite backgrounds and lifestyles from me. I wasn't sure what to answer whenever they asked about my life, how it is learning in an international school and not having to work. I'd answer in short sentences, afraid of sounding snobby, and I felt guilty for having a life that could be perceived better than theirs, so it made me feel uncomfortable to go to work. The first few days, I begged my mom to not let me go and practically sprinted out the door when my shift ended. However, my mom still encouraged me to try my best and to not make the differences a barrier between me and my new colleagues. So it wasn't until the 3rd week that I started to open up and put our differences aside. I started to realize that I would just be stuck in the same cycle of dreading work every day if I did not make myself more approachable. And it became clearer that the workers were genuinely trying to get closer to me, so I felt guilty for not making an effort to talk to them. My parents had given me an opportunity that not many people my age have, so I felt like I should make the best of it. With this new mindset, I tried to wake up every day looking forward to work. Once I changed my attitude, a more genuine change happened. I started enjoying chatting with my coworkers every day and gradually felt better about going to work each day. Day after day, we talked whenever there was free time, learning more and more about each other. However, the things I learned weren't only the basic information, like how old they are or where they come from. What I experienced and what I absorbed from the laughter-filled chats was much more meaningful. Because of my coworkers, I was able to learn valuable lessons, ones that I would not have encountered in my environment. Firstly, when I initially told my school friends that I was going to do an internship at McDonald's, all of the responses were along the lines of, "Oh, so are you dropping out of school now?" I'm sure they meant it as a joke, but after my work experience, I have grown to dislike comments that belittle hardworking individuals. Fast food employees are often regarded as kids who dropped out of school or people who can't do better in life, and I learned that these stereotypes are all wrong. I can confirm to you that some of them are the best problem solvers I've ever met. Some of them are amazingly great at multitasking. Take manning the drive-thru, for example. Making orders from the main counter while receiving orders from the drive-thru counter, then running over to the drive-thru cashier to receive the payment. And from my own experience of doing so, I can confirm to you that it took more brain power than memorizing math formulas. Also, some of my colleagues work during the night and go to school during the day, proving that they aren't kids who dropped out of school because they weren't good enough. They genuinely want to learn, and they try to grasp onto any opportunity that allows them to do so. They aren't good-for-nothing people. They're just people who, unfortunately, weren't born with the same amount of comfort and opportunities that we have. And unfortunately, money can make all the difference in this world. Secondly, I discovered that the problem with me and my friends is that we have too much, and we've become too dependent. Most of us have drivers to pick us up from school every single day. Once we get home, we can always expect a delicious, filling dinner. Hardly anything is ever uncertain to us. Therefore, we've become too complacent. When was the last time you walked back into your house after a storm and thought, "Thank God the roof is still intact"? We always expect things to go our way, and when they don't, we throw tantrums and complain all day long about that one little thing that ruined our day. Meanwhile, my colleagues at McDonald's have struggled way more than I ever have, which means that they'll naturally try harder and not take much for granted. Since they live financially unstable lives, they are more grateful for even the smallest opportunities. For example, when it doesn't rain, they smile and sigh with relief, happy that they won't have to stand on a public bus for 2 hours. Did I ever have to get on a public bus to get home? No. Does rain ever mean anything bad to me? No, just heavier traffic, but it's okay since I have a car to sit comfortably in. This experience had made me reflect on myself and how I must appreciate everything I have. Sometimes we tend to only focus on how much we want, how much we don't have. We hardly ever focus on how much we already have. How many times have you bought something new, hyped over it for about a week, then started thinking about what to buy next? How many times have you seen someone with something new and flashy and felt like you need to have it too? We live in large houses with comfortable beds and proper plumbing systems. We have 3 or more meals a day, can afford proper health care, and can always afford a backup plan. Getting closer to people who have it much worse than we do has made me realize how incredibly lucky I am. I get to learn at one of the best international schools in Thailand. I have the opportunity to pursue my interests without having to think much about the cost. I worked at McDonald's as a part-time job. I went there knowing that after August, I would be leaving and meeting my friends at school again. I was able to see the end of the line because I was there just to learn how a large company operates. The workers there don't have a clear ending, and this major difference between us is just mere luck. They might not know what they've taught me apart from making burgers, but the experience I had was priceless. I thank my parents for giving me this opportunity, and I thank my coworkers, friends, for all they've taught me, and I really do hope the best for them. Today, I challenge you to go back home and identify all the things you're grateful for, all the things you've been taking for granted all along. I challenge you to be thankful for the fact that you are sitting here right now instead of working for minimum wage. And I challenge you to live your comfortable lives to the fullest and make it worthwhile, both for you and for others, because after all, you were lucky enough to be born with what you have. Thank you.